What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the video. My name is Grady, and today we are diving into the 2020 Subaru WRX. I know if you guys found this video, you probably know what this thing already is. World Rally Experimental. One of the highlight sports sedans in our segment, entry-level, fun to drive, 6-speed manual. Let's dive into it. Alrighty, setting off in the 2020 WRX. Oh yeah, let's go! I do love this thing. One of my favorite highlights is definitely the engine. I love that EJ20. That thing builds boost like crazy. When it hits you, just boom, just takes off. It is awesome. One thing also I love is the gear shifter, 6-speed manual. The clutch has some stuff to be desired, but I will say that manual transmission, the notchiness of it, the clicks, it's the best. That symmetrical all-wheel drive system does phenomenally in the winter like we are here in Michigan. Unfortunately, this vehicle is on summer tires, so it gets a little bit squirrely. However, this thing really holds its own. So of course, you guys all know what the WRX is known for. Great handling, great price, and that Subaru reliability. That's what we all love about it, right? Some of my big takeaways on my time driving it is definitely the steering wheel. The feel of it is really nice, very nicely weighted. I love the shape of it. The size of the wheel is great. I love the flat bottom, the notchiness on the edges here. Oof, it just feels really good. As I said, the shifter feels great. These seats are super nice. I love the cloth material, really grips you in well. It's not super bolstered, not too crazy, but definitely very nice. You could say I could throw in some aftermarket seats, this, that, and the other thing. Could be better, could be worse. But all things considered, for a nice daily driver that's fun, this is a perfect combination. Suspension, also very nice. Michigan's not known for its roads, and this thing actually soaks up the bumps very, very well. But it's not all great things inside the Subaru. I understand it's a car built to a price point, so all you Subaru WRX lovers, just don't attack me. Please don't attack me. I will just, as a car reviewer person of the internet that tells you what he thinks, I'm going to give you a few things on what I don't like. All right, so I did say I like the steering wheel. Obviously, I just said it. However, some of the things I don't like, all the buttons. It is filled with buttons. Too many buttons. I'm not a huge fan of all the buttons. I understand that is something that people like these days. It is something that's fun, it's interesting. I mean, yes, you get cool features and you can toggle this and toggle that, but guess what? I don't need that. I really don't. It's like, just give me something that's gonna be good in my hands, good to turn, good to feel. I mean, as I said, the shape of it, great. Honestly, one of my favorite wheel designs, especially at this price point. However, too many buttons. And going from buttons kind of flows me into the rest of the dashboard here. Although it is modern in that sense, there are some gripes I do have. The top screen, that's somewhere over here. You guys can't see it, but it's just a little busy. There's kind of a lot going on. There's needles, there's numbers, there's MPG gauges, there's boost gauges, there's like the Starlink, whatever. Why? Why is there like a redundant top screen? Like, if you want to give me a boost gauge, give me like an actual gauge somewhere. Give me a needle. Don't give me a screen that's going to lag like crazy and never work right. Other than that, though, there are some little details, such as like the dashboard. Like, it's quite a long dashboard. That's a little weird to me. I don't love that, even though I do like the seats. I do like the seats. Don't yell at me again. I don't like the seating position. I feel like I'm sitting way too high. Like, I mean, you can see I'm 6'2", and my head is like right there. I know you can opt these without sunroofs and all that, but still, I'm looking like over the hood scoop, and it just doesn't make any sense to me, because this is supposed to be a kind of a fun, I mean, this car isn't very big, so it's a pretty like small, fun car to drive, and you feel like you're kind of sitting way on top of it more than in it. And although I did like the shifter, because I know I mentioned that, one thing I don't like, and I have been driving this around for a little bit, I don't like the clutch. The clutch is very bizarre. There's no feel. Yes, there's no feel. I drive a 2015 Passat TDI with a 6-speed manual, and that thing has great feel. And that's just a Passat. This is supposed to be a performance car, and I honestly don't know when the take-up of the clutch, like, it just sort of happens, and I hope I don't stutter it and mess it up. So that's something that's kind of to be desired. Other than that, though, given the price point of the vehicle, I think it's honestly a really nice car. It's nice to drive. It's relatively quiet and comfortable. You know, you get a little bit of tire noise here and there, but nothing too crazy. The visibility is super, super nice. I love the little quarter windows you get down here in the corner, the big mirrors, the great visibility out the back. That in of itself, even though there's no hatchback, this thing does a really good job of having a greenhouse sort of effect. And that's honestly much, much appreciated. We just got to do a little turnaround right here. Maybe we can get on it a little bit, see what happens. Roll into that boost. Here we go. There we go. I do like that. It's a nice sound. It's a really nice sound, honestly. Yes, you can do some exhaust for it and maybe try to get that old school Subi rumble. And honestly, though, I really like it. I really do like it. It's a really kind of subtle but fun. The idle's really cool. It's like kind of this low, droney sort of, hum. And I really like that. And I know. And side note, tea time. We're taking time out. All right. What do you guys think of the new setup? I've got this microphone right here because I know all you guys complain about my audio being absolute garbage. And my video production was like, oh, so, but I always had something to say. It's just I couldn't get it out well enough. So I went to the local Walmart, found myself this fancy schmancy little phone holder and this like little lavalier mic. And it's honestly, I did a first little test when I was doing the intro for this video, and it turned out really good. So please let me know in the comments what you think of the current audio setup. I hope it sounds okay, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think. Also, I'm just using my phone from now on because I've discovered now with the iPhone 11, I know, I'm not all the way up to date to all you modern folks here, but the camera, the forward-facing camera, is probably better than any camera I've ever had. So that's really nice. Other than that, I do like this car. I don't think I like it as much as the internet has told me to like it, because so many people rave about how great the WRX is, and to be quite honest, it's not that good. And compared to like what the people have said, yes, on paper it's going to be more fun to drive than your basic Subaru Impreza or even my Passat. Obviously, I get it. But for around 30 grand, it's like, it is kind of in a unique class. I know there are some new rivals coming, and the fact that you get a manual transmission is really nice, and the Subaru reliability is really nice, and it's a nice sound and everything. The all-wheel drive is really nice. But all things considered, it doesn't feel as go, or excited to go as I would have thought. It seems like there's something sort of just hesitating the whole time. And I know I have driven the STI from this generation, and I know this generation is on the way out, so hey, things can change. But all things considered, it's good, but not great. Just from little details like how the dashboard's laid out and the clutches doesn't really exist. The styling's very cool. Obviously, you can get some nicer. The aftermarket of this car is insane. So you can get basically anything you want. Let's do a little first gear rip here. See, it's a little jerky. And I've been driving manual cars my whole life, and it's a tricky transmission. Transmission, the shifter's fine, but the clutch just is bizarre. So bizarre. Other than that, it's a good car. It's a nice car. I mean, for what it is, in the package that it presents, Subaru reliability, affordable price tag, cool name. Obviously, the rally history is super nice and very interesting. And it shows in the numbers. I mean, I see WRXs all over the place, and I still think they look good. I mean, it's cool to see the hood scoop and, the quad tip exhaust in the back, and, the STI with a big wing. And I like it. I like it for that. But as a driver's car, I don't think I would call it a driver's car. I would look at it as more of like a lukewarm sedan. it feels like it's got some good bones with a nice peppy engine, and obviously the handling is quite good, but it doesn't excite me the way even slower cars did. And so that's kind of my big takeaway from it. Of course, I'll recommend it to people if you're not super particular about very interesting things like, oh, how does the chassis feel in the midst of a turn, or how's the ride comply to certain things. For most people, this is going to be a great option. And so I think to anyone looking in the market for a WRX, be sure to check this one out before the new generation comes out. Make sure you get it with the manual. I don't want CVT dingleberries out there. That's just ridiculous to me. So other than that, thank you all for checking this out. Once again, this is the 2020 Subaru WRX. Stay awesome.